Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Still a Good Podcast. For those of you who don't know, my name is B. Lene. If you're new here, welcome. Come on in and have a seat, take your shoes off, and get comfortable. If you are a returning listener, thank you for your support, and thank you for being here. If you're new, you're going to love it here. And if you are returning, I hope you already love it here. This is episode 5 of Still a Good Podcast. It's titled It's Giving Sisterhood for a reason because I'm sitting down today with one of the realest women in my life, one of my really good friends, Kiya. We're going to sit down. We're going to talk about loyalty. We're going to talk about healing, boundaries, and just showing up for your girls because that's what real ass, grown ass friendship looks like. So go ahead and get ready. Here we go. All right. Hey, y'all, and welcome back to Still a Good Podcast, where we keep it real and raw, and we're always rooted in love. I'm your host, B. Lene, and today is a very special day for me because I got my girl with me here on the mic. She's more than just a friend. I consider her a sister, not only my sister, but my little sister. And I really mean that, like, from the bottom of my heart. She came into my life through my husband, but she stayed because God knows that I need her.
Oh, girl, don't have me over here crying now.
No tears today. So today we're gonna dive into friendship, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of that. We're gonna talk about sisterhood and our growth as Black women, and what it looks like to find your tribe, even if it finds you in an unexpected way. Um, and we want to talk about why our sisterhood, why sisterhood can be a form of self care, right? Because sometimes you just need your girls. So, welcome to the show. Introduce yourself to everybody.
Hey y'all, I'm Kiya. I'm happy to be here. I hope I can be as transparent.
Yes, we just gonna talk like we normally do.
Yeah.
I know y'all can't see us, but we're literally just sitting on my couch like we always do.
Looking at each other.
Looking at each other and watching Dominique play the game.
Yeah.
So it's a really normal. Okay. See, you always got to be seen. It's okay though.
I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that.
All right, so let's just start at the beginning. Like I said, I met Kiya through Dominique. But yeah, tell the people about like our relationship, how we clicked, I guess.
Actually, I did not expect for us to click like this. I actually was nervous.
Meeting me?
Yeah, I was nervous.
I was nervous meeting you.
Cause like it's rare that you meet another female friend through your male friend.
Yeah.
Like in this generation, it's not normalized that you have those type of relationships. So I was like, what does she think? It's something else, and it was just a lot of concerns. I was like, okay, well, I don't know. But girl, once we clicked, I was like, yeah, she not going nowhere. I was like, yeah, she gonna know my whole life story.
But that's funny because as the girlfriend at the time, were we even boyfriend and girlfriend? I guess.
Y'all was boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay. As the girlfriend at the time, like, yeah, you don't when dudes say they have female friends, there's either one or two things. She's actually his friend.
Or they did something that didn't work out.
Yeah. Literally. So, but because he would like talk about you, like all the time. It's weird talking about him while he's sitting in the room.
Right.
But he would talk about you all the time, tell me stories about like when y'all lived in the apartments.
In the hood, girl.
Yeah, in the same apartments together and stuff like that. But then like it was like one of them things where I was like, wait, who? Like every time, because he never used your name. So I would be confused about
like
who was who.
About.
Yeah. Until like we actually met and then put a face to a name. But yeah, once we clicked, it was over. It was a wrap.
And I knew you was about business. Like literally when me and him used to be in the car Smoking, girl, you will be calling him. And he knew this. Okay, stop, you go down.
Uh-huh.
I was like, yeah, I like her. I was like, yeah, I like her.
Yeah, well, I try to be, but he still be doing whatever he want to do.
you had it on lock. Trust.
No, but I really do appreciate you because, like, well, we won't tell too much, but the rough times, just so y'all know, the rough times for me and Dominique, Kai's really like, she's the first person I call, even though I have my own set of girlfriends, you're one of the first people that I call because you know him.
Yeah.
And I feel like my friends are going to tell me, although they're not yes men, they're gonna tell me like from my perspective.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me from both perspectives because you know him and you know me.
Exactly. And I think that's no, I was just saying that, I think that's kind of, I like knowing both you guys, even though I'm not married
Yet
yet.
being the key word.
um, Getting to know you has been probably a big blessing in my life. I can say that. Dominique, when I first met Dominique, child, I'm telling you, child, I said I didn't understand. I was like, "How is this my friend?" Everybody said,
No.
I was like, everywhere we go, he argued with some, but I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. But I was like, you know what? It just
That's that Gemini in him.
it is. And I remember the first time he talked about you, and he just had this big smile on his face. He's like, yeah, friend, I went to Texas. Yeah, I met this girl. And I was like, Dominique did. He's like, yeah. He's like, I really like her. He's like, every time I go down there, that's where I'm at. I was like, yeah, because I be seeing your location at this house. I don't know. But I don't know. I thought that was where you stand for work. But yeah, long story short, so I knew about you way before. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that you did.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. One more question about our friendship before we move on. When did you realize that like, okay, she's gonna be my friend, not just his girlfriend?
When did I realize that? Let's see. I want to say it was not the last time I was over here, but the time before that. What
After
did
the
we do?
holidays or for the
Not for the barbecue, but what day did I come
Thanksgiving?
over here? Was it
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving? Yeah,
Mhm.
Thanksgiving. That solidified it for me. Yeah, we talked before that and stuff like that, but I
Mhm.
think that was the first time where we really talked. You got to know me. I got to know
Mhm.
you. You shed a couple tears. I shed a couple tears. A few,
Mhm.
probably a bucket of tears.
Mhm.
So I was like, yeah, this is somebody who I need to have around. It was refreshing to talk to someone who wants to see you do good in life,
Yeah.
and not someone who just goes with what you're saying because they want to be your friend.
Yeah.
So I do like that about our friendship.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I love that like first of all, I'm always down for a friend that whenever I call you answer the phone, whenever I text you text me back. Like I don't like them sometimes like I
Yeah.
mean I understand everybody has life going on, but when I see my friends like names pop up on my phone, I make sure to make the time to, and it might not be right away, it might be an hour later, but
Yeah, but you
it's
still let them know, like
yeah,
I'm thinking about you. You thinking about
yeah.
me.
Or like, hey, I'm busy doing da 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 da, but I'm gonna call you later, or I'm gonna
Yeah.
text you later, or whatever. Cause like I'm well into the 30s club. You haven't made it there yet, but after 30, it's definitely hard to find friends because if you think about it, the places where you find new friends was school. Most of us are done with school by 30, or a job. Most of
Mm.
us are like well into our career by 30. Where else do you find friends? Like you don't just
Yeah.
walk up to a girl at the club and be like, "Want to be
It's
my
not
friends?"
like it's not like how right now I could just okay, I get what you're
Yeah.
saying. Yeah,
So you know, when I find good friends,
you gotta keep them
you
close.
gotta keep them close. With that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. So not all friendships are great. Can you tell us about a time where you have felt like a friend like let you down or they hurt you or like you just had to cut them off or something along those lines? And what it taught you?
Girl, I could probably sit here and talk to you all day.
Pick one that was like the most impactful to how you view friendship and yeah.
I could say for me, I've always been a friend person. When I have friends, I try to be the friend I want somebody to be to me.
Yeah.
For the most part, I haven't met as many people who have the same intentions as I do. So I could say for the most part, the friends that I've kept around and I'm no longer friends with, it was more so because they didn't see the potential in me that I seen in them.
Gotcha.
And it wasn't reciprocated. Like, I'm motivating you, you know, when you're not feeling like yourself, I could pick you up. But it's like they were never there in those times when I needed it. Yeah. So I think, girl, talking about this just making me.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to trigger
it's
you.
Triggering. But it needs to be talked about because I feel like I have sisters who they always talking about, oh, I wish I had friends. I wish I had friends. And it just lets me know, like, because of my experience, they might be shut off to having a social experience. So I had this one friend, girl. And, you know, actually, we became friends through a group. Okay. Came through friends, it was 4 of us. Then it got to 2 of us. Okay. We ended up becoming roommates. We were super, super close. And she was controlling, actually. It was like, girl, where you at? Who you with? She would get jealous. Yeah.
See, I've never experienced that in friendship.
It's not.
That's weird.
It is.
Weird behavior.
At first, I was like, oh my gosh, I got my own little friend. Yeah.
Obsessed with me.
But it's like, girl, I can't even go to the bathroom. Yeah. Like, what? It's just like.
That's weird.
For real. It just was weird. Like, I would be trying to hang out with other friends, and she would just be upset. Like, I literally used to have to hide. Like, or.
Not you lying to her like she your man.
Exactly. I literally used to have to do that. Like, I did. Like, she would text me, like, where you at? I knew I was with a mutual homegirl of ours, but they no longer, like, it was just too much. And I'm not a confrontational person. Yeah. So I never been the one to take sides. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna tell me I could be friends with you.
Right. That's
and
not
especially
fair.
If you're acting
weird.
You acting weird, and you not a good friend overall. I see how you act in a group of people. So I don't expect you to really understand where I'm coming from, but it got overbearing. I tried to, we young, we gonna grow out of it. This is how she act, But now I see why you don't got no friends. Right. Yeah, so it's like I was trying to be that one. Like, no, she cool. Now I see why everybody.
Yeah. No, that mean like, yes. Yeah, because I just had a conversation with an old friend from high school, and I was telling her that the reason why me and one of her mutual friends never hit it off, because when I first met this girl, one of the first things she said to me was like, yeah, I don't have any girlfriends, and girls just never like me. That's a red flag to me. Now, I'm not saying you got to be friends with everybody, because you don't. But you don't have you are a female that has no female friends. You don't have not one best friend. That's weird. A red flag. Yeah.
Because it's like, why? And you know what? And I think it's always, they make it look good in the beginning. And then after a minute, it's kind of like, okay, you might not necessarily be a bad person, but the things you do, how you act, and who you surround yourself with can make a big impact as to why people don't like you. And not everybody is likable, right? Some people might not like me. Some people may not like you. Right.
But everybody like me, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, just like girl, yes, I love that. Playing. But it's just, the majority not liking you, then it's kind of one of those moments where it's like, okay, am I doing something wrong? So I think that was somebody. And girl, I'm talking about, we were besties. I'm talking about, we did everything together. Like, yeah, it was one of those. So it was like, I had to kind of let her know about herself when she got upset that I didn't want to not still be mad at someone. It was just like, okay, I'm gonna have to let you know you not the judge and jury here.
Right.
I'm my own person.
Right.
I can still be your friend and support you in the ways that you need to be supported. But as far as you making decisions for me, we're not gonna do that.
So are y'all still friends, or did you let her go?
We actually did not end on a good note. I think the last time I talked to her, we were supposed to see it on site, girl.
Well, I'm gonna let y'all know if she see her on site.
This was years ago. I'm changed. I'm not fighting. But that's how that ended. So this was maybe about 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
So that's the way
We've grown.
We've definitely grown. But I can say that's still one friendship that I think about, when I'm going through my pictures. And what's that quote that I see always on social media? The most fun times you have with people that you don't even talk to anymore.
Yeah.
And that is so true.
Yeah, but I mean, like people come in your life for seasons. And so like, some people they just supposed to be there for that temporary season. For example, you know, um I had certain friends that I hung out with heavy during like mama close your ears, but during like my drug years and like my real like abusing alcohol years, and now I don't really talk to or hang out with them no more. And then I have my friends that I hung out with like in college when I was really focused, and they was all also wanting to be teachers, and we were on the same path, and now I don't really talk to them so like there's certain people that's supposed to stay around and certain people that they're just supposed to be there for a minute and do their part and then they leave. And that's okay.
Yep, that's okay.
So, with that being said, why do you think, even though our friendship is still technically new, right? We're in our honeymoon phase. Yeah. Why do you think our friendship works the way that it is? First of all, real quick, I just want to shout Micaiah out because this girl came over to babysit and she brought her Bible with her. And that is really speaking to my soul, sis. Like, you are seriously on this
girl
bettering yourself spiritual journey, and I am so happy for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. See, you better stop because I feel them coming. So you better stop.
No tears. But no, why do you think our friendship works the way that it does?
I think it works because when you meet somebody that's been where you at and they're not necessarily trying to judge you for where you're at, it's refreshing. It's very refreshing, and it's hard to find that amongst females. I know people can say they're girls all day, but I think it really works because I can be myself.
Yeah.
And I can tell you exactly how I'm feeling without feeling like, okay, she's gonna judge me. You know what I'm saying? There's not one thought in my mind. So that when I come to you and I'm telling you, you're like, this girl telling me a little bit too much. It's like, no, because I feel safe. I also think it works because you tell me what it is.
Yeah.
Like once I'm going off the radar, you let me know. Like, sis, I don't know.
I'm not sure about that one.
But
let's reel that back in.
Yeah. But you do allow me to feel what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And you give me the room to think about what I'm feeling as well. And I think that's important.
Yeah, I agree. I feel the same way about you because y'all, I literally be texting this girl 3-4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, like I done woke up out of a bad dream and like, girl, da, 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 and just going off. I mean, paragraphs.
Yeah, and I'll be reading them just like a book.
And that's what I mean by like when I text her, she answers. Now, granted, she works overnight, so like it's convenient, but still, like, but I agree. Like, I feel like I can be me. Like, I done said some things to her that I probably didn't mean in the moment, and like I know that you know that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Course.
I don't have to explain that. It's like you just let me say whatever I'm gonna say. Yeah. We might bring it up as a joke later, but like it's not stuck. Like you're not like, well, you said
It's like, friend, I know what you said.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not mad at you. I'm not gonna be like, friend, you said this today, but
Yeah.
you doing this tomorrow.
Right.
No.
Because if you know me, I change my mind in a minute.
Okay.
In a minute.
Okay.
Literally a
That's
minute.
why I don't say nothing. Like, okay.
So that's one thing. And then also I think our friendship really works because, or like where you are in your life, I've already been there.
Mm-hmm.
And I see so much of me in you. That sounds so fucking cliche. But like I seriously do. As far as like you being such a great friend and like so outspoken and so big on like bettering yourself and changing yourself, and your spirit is just, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes,
Girl.
it's a beautiful spirit. And if me and Dominique don't work out, you coming with me in a divorce. I'm just saying.
I thought we already established that. I thought that was already written down. Like, what? I'm never talking to him again if that happens.
Okay, so lastly, I just want to give you your flowers. I've already spoken about the growth that I see in you and how, like, y'all, this girl is like determined to be a better person, a better woman. She just graduated with her degree not too long ago. So proud of her. I got to see her walk, and that was amazing. But I know you were talking about taking the LSATs and going to law school.
Yes.
Is that still on the table?
That is still on the table. Actually, I think I told you I got a fee waiver to take the LSAT, actually.
No.
Did I tell you that? Yeah. I was actually going to pay for it out of pocket,
but you got a waiver?
I got a waiver.
That's great.
Yeah. So it's like, it make it more
real.
It's like, okay, look, you got to take it now.
Yeah. So like, we got to study. Yeah. I don't know nothing about law, but.
I know a little bit, but the stuff on this test, it's rewiring the way I think. Yeah, totally. Like, it's not like taking an ASCT.
SAT. ACT. Which one?
Look, it's been about in my 10-year reunion coming up in high school. I ain't been there for years. So look, but it's not like those tests. It's thinking like. Yeah, here's the old government with the world was based on, going back in those days, and
because it different. Probably hasn't been changed in decades.
I think actually they just took. I forgot the name of the part they took out of the test, but they did take out. I want to say it was logic. Might be that, but they did take out one part of the test that was extremely hard for people. I guess they were complaining about it. That's exciting knowing that I don't have to deal with that part. Yeah, but I'm excited to take it. I plan on taking it in a few months, actually, before the fall, so I can try to apply.
All right, so that means this summer we need to get some flashcards, some highlighters, some pens, so we can be up in here studying. I'm gonna be ready for the LSATs by the time.
You're gonna be ready too. we both gonna take it at that point.
Yes, no, but we need more young black female heavy on the female lawyers. No, we really do, because the way this society is going. Okay.
Trust. Yeah. They need somebody to show the way. I just, I just think it's important that our community is well versed in what's going on and what could possibly happen. And history. History is a big part of what happens today, right? How we move and the decisions and the choices that we make. So when I look at girls younger than me, and I see especially the generation now, I totally think they're disconnected from a lot of the things that we were taught growing up. And it's like some of them, they might not think they're capable enough to go to high places like that. Even for me, I used to think like, oh, I'm never going to make it. Girl, you know how long it took me to graduate from a 4-year because the life was happening and everything like that. So I just want to let them know, like, hey, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. Period. Whatever God has for you, it's gonna be for you.
It's gonna be for you.
No matter if you want to give up on it or not, it's always gonna come back around and tenfold at that.
Period. So no, I agree. Because I mean, it took me Hello? I graduated from high school in '08 and didn't get my bachelor's until 2015.
But you got it.
And I got it.
And you got it.
And I got that master's.
Okay, behind your name.
And I'm about to get this
the
doctorate.
doctorate's on the way.
Hello?
Yeah, price steady going up. Thank you.
And that's why I'm going to need you on my side as my lawyer.
Yeah,
you
girl,
know.
because I'm telling you, I ain't going to be arguing with people for free no more in a few years.
Yeah, because this stag mom situation is going up, and I'm going to need me a lawyer by my side.
Oh,
I already
yes,
know
because
that.
he's not going to play with my girl.
But so is that what we're gonna stop? We're gonna stop at law, or do we plan on pursuing politics? Or, girl, I could see you. What's her name from Dallas? Jasmine. I could
Jasmine, I
totally
love her
see
so
you
bad.
being.
You know what? Originally, growing up, I wanted to be a lawyer, and I actually wanted to be the mayor of my city.
Period.
I did want to do that, but
Should we come back to Jackson and buy it and
okay, and show them how to do
how
it.
It's really done? Because that's what they need. They need a black woman.
A black woman. Yep. I know, because if we ain't gonna get into Jackson, okay? The folks be trying to come get me.
I know, right?
But I actually did want to go into politics, but I think learning and growing as I got older and actually seeing what the real world is that might not be the place where I can implement the most change. Okay. For me,
no, yeah, I get it.
I'm more so on the community side. I really want to help the community. I don't know if I told you. Did I tell you about the community programs I want to start?
No, because I also want to start one, so we need to talk about that.
Yes, and it's okay. We definitely got to get into that because this has been in my mind for about 5 years now. I'm telling girl, I got the mission statement for 5 years.
Period.
So it's like something that it's always been on my heart. I definitely want to get into that. It's just about making connections.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I definitely went to law school and helping out where I can.
Community, yeah.
With the community work.
That's where it's at because our community needs us.
Yeah, we need that. I know a lot of people, even now with everything that's going on, it's hard to get access to basic health care. Schooling, things like that, basic necessities.
Yep.
And I think that it's important that as Black people, we remind each other that, hey, we don't need to fight each other or go against each other when this is how the other communities are doing it. That's why they're so successful, because they stick together.
Yep.
And they're able to help each other with resources. And I think that's important for us, is to, give opportunity to the ones that's coming after us.
Absolutely. With you mentioning resources, it just triggered something in my brain that I've been wanting to say on the mic that I learned recently. For mothers out there who do not have or need, a lot of police stations, I learned, have, I guess, what they call like help shelves where you can come, and they're usually like in the front. You don't have to like go into the police station. They're usually like in the lobby, and they'll have formula, diapers, and like pantry items. So if you're a mother or a father who's ever in need and you just need a little extra, make sure you stop by your local police station and see if they have one.
That's super dope.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we go, I want to ask you one more question. Put you on the spot one last time.
Lord.
What's one thing that you would tell your future, I mean, not your future, your past self, we'll say 16-year-old Kiya, about friendship?
Hmm.
You want me to go while you think?
Yeah, no. Cause it's not gonna be long. I would just tell myself to be okay with who I am and what I bring to the table. Don't try to change who I am to make those around me try to like me. I'm totally enough.
Period.
And the right people will gravitate towards me and stay with me. Period.
Your people are your people. Your tribe is your tribe. Amen. I love that. If I was talking to 16-year-old Bianca, I would tell her that the way people perceive you is different than the way that you perceive yourself. And that's okay.
Mm.
Um, and to stop perceiving yourself as so small, because whatever you bring to the world is enough.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's actually a big deal.
huge deal.
Yeah.
Because I was a big fish in a small pond and didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, that's how I'm trying to go through life for the rest of my life. It don't matter if it's true or not.
You gotta be delusional these days. You know what I'm saying? We always give so many other people their flowers, and sometimes we forget to look at ourselves like, hey, look, I got through this.
Yeah.
I know how to do this. I came back from this. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta give ourselves the same credit that we go out here and give everybody else.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And you gonna come back too.
Of course. Of course.
All right. Well, anything else you want to say to the people before we go?
No, y'all just make sure y'all keep listening to my sister podcast. Thank you. Keep tuning in.
Because we're trying to get monetized. Don't forget.
Okay, period.
All right, y'all. Well, like I always say, this week, make sure you give yourself some grace because you are doing way better than you think you are. Have a great week. Okay, you guys, before we go, I wanted to say another big thank you for just being here and being a listener, being a part of my world. If you're not following me on Instagram, please make sure that you do at Still a Good Podcast. If you're not following me on TikTok, please make sure that you do at Still a Good Podcast. And I will see you next week, episode 6. It's crazy that it's been 6 episodes already, but I am having a blast and I hope you are too. And before we get out of here, I just want to say happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there, whether you are biologically a mother, a stepmother, a grandmother, an auntie that steps in as a mother, a big sister that is raising her siblings, whatever you are, happy Mother's Day to you. Make sure that you take the time to celebrate yourself. Take the time off because you deserve it. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. I hope this is a blessed week. Like I've already said, give yourself some grace this week because you are doing better than you think you are. Love you guys, and I will see you next week.